Hey, I'm Justin.
Hey, I'm Sheldon.
Two childhood best friends from North Carolina.
They moved to Los Angeles to play basketball.
Became successful entrepreneurs in fitness
and entertainment.
Throughout our journey,
we've seen a lot of things,
met a lot of people,
gained a lot of experience
in business and life.
Join us as we talk that talk
from NC
to LA.
Southern gentlemen,
the West Coast businessmen.
It's on and cracking. What's going on, everybody?
What up?
Yeah, we live on IG. What's good? NC
to LA.
You know what time it is. Got a special guest. We'll introduce him in a moment.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely. Man, did you watch the game? I know you watched the game. I mean, Carolina in the building. You know what I'm saying? Never been a Duke fan.
It's tatted on my hand right there.
Never been a Duke fan at all. Who was you going for today?
Man, I don't even know. Just want to see a good game. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, we played Duke in college and they beat us, so it was good to see them lose. So
okay.
I played Duke in college too. We got
them in Kansas. I was like, man,
we got the brakes to beat off of us.
That will happen.
Yeah.
But hold on, it's interesting. So growing up in North Carolina, you can only like one or the other.
Right.
You cannot like both.
Right.
At all.
That's gotta be crazy for y'all.
Yeah. So we was always Carolina. You know what I mean? Like Justin used to go to the basketball camp. We all loved Dean Smith.
Oh yeah. Like, and the Jays, right? You gotta just because of that, right?
Yeah. But then when I was in college, I got an opportunity to play at Duke in the summer.
Oof.
And it was just such a great experience. And like the coaching staff showed me a lot of love. They asked me to walk on. And I just had like a whole different respect for like the Duke situation after that. So I started liking them a little bit more after growing up, you know, as pure Tar Heels. We didn't rock with nothing Duke. And then later I did a commercial with Coach K, and I was a Duke player, a Nike commercial. Basketball never stops. Coach K was there. I played a Duke player, number one. And Coach K was on set all day, and he just had time for me, bro. Like every kid question, every Tar Heel Duke question I ever wanted to ask, whatever. Like he answered every single thing. He talked to me about how Duke recruits. He talked about Jeff Capel coming from Fayetteville. It was so like, bro, like I'm literally talking like 6 hours of like talking with Coach K, and he literally answered every single thing. And I was like, Coach K is like one of the greatest people I've ever spoke to in my life. Dope. I support this guy.
Yeah, I mean, because on TV it doesn't come off like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, I never heard anybody say that, so I'm like, okay, I believe you.
Hey, that's real, because I mean, you know, a lot of the guys that we loved as basketball players, you know, now that we're adults, you know, you start to hear the stories, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, oh man, you know, your favorite individual in that sport is a butthole.
Yeah,
you know what
happens more often than not, man. I hate to say it.
I was so surprised that the few times that I interacted with Duke, I had got love. When we was at Mount Zion, we used to play up there, and like I remember like going like battling with Christian Laettner, and like then like after the game, like Christian Laettner like taking me to the side and just talking to me and just like schooling me. And you know, Christian Laettner is one of the most hated college basketball players ever, and I was like, he's a nice guy.
Yeah, you're from North Carolina. Where does that hate come from? Because people love or hate Duke. Why do they hate him though? You know, is it because they're winning? Or what's the deal? That's what I get. Where are you guys at? Just because you got to pick one? Right.
It is, but also
Duke
is the private school.
Oh.
And Carolina is the public school.
Yep.
And even the concept of the Tar Heel comes from historically the people that used to walk long ways from the hills, and they would show up and they would have tar on their heels and their feet, and so like the poor people that came from the hills and out the mountains versus the blue devil. You know what I'm saying? It's the Bible Belt, the private school, like the most expensive school in the state.
Like I know what our mascot should be.
Right.
Like what are we doing here?
Oh, I get it. See, on the West Coast, it was just colors, light blue, the Blue Devils, Duke kept winning, North Carolina, Jordan, like, you know what I'm saying? So it was more of that thing. We didn't know about all that, so.
I mean, well, out here, do you have to make a decision between SC
and UCLA? Yep.
You most certainly
but
do.
It's mostly like, growing up, it was like SC for football, UCLA for basketball. You know what I'm saying? It's always kind of been that. It's still kind of like that. If you gotta choose one, for basketball, you'd probably rather go to UCLA because of the history and John Wooden and all that. USC doesn't really have that history as far as basketball goes. You know what I'm saying? But football, on the other hand, like I grew up, watching Reggie, and, OJ, and like all them dudes. And I was in high school, college when USC went on that run with Reggie and Matt Leinart and Lindell White, and just like every year we used to it was championship or bust. And that was our NFL team because we didn't have one. Growing up. So
now we got
for the longest. Yeah,
man, I'm telling you, abundance.
That makes sense. But it is the difference because you had one really successful basketball program in UCLA and one very, very successful football program in USC. So it kind of balanced the city out a little bit.
Right.
Well, we're like Carolina and Duke in North Carolina is hatred.
Yeah. Right.
Like,
I mean, because both of them have such a tradition of winning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
exactly.
Just like you were speaking about UCLA and SC, UCLA has that tradition.
Yep.
But across the board, and that is the barbershop argument.
Right.
All the time, where they're comparing championships and players.
So what is the determining factor then if you're getting recruited by both? Because you figure all the kids that are at North Carolina probably got recruited by Duke, right? Mm-hmm. Is that usually how it is? Yeah.
So when I talked to Coach K, he said they only recruit a handful of players a year, and I think he realistically said like 7 or 8 guys.
Right.
A year. I think they have one of the most finely detailed recruiting processes. They know who they want specifically, and he basically gets
he wants
from a very high percentage. So it's like once Duke focuses on you and they want you, you're probably gonna go there.
Can't imagine saying no, but That's wild. But
Can you imagine if Duke really put their focus on you and there's only like 5 kids that they recruit in this particular year?
We all been recruited. Imagine that's Duke when you go into that gym and showing your jersey and all that. Like, how do you say no to that? And the championships and the banners and all that. So.
And you don't even get that vibe, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, they send everybody.
Yeah.
It's like you and 7 other dudes in the nation.
In the nation.
You know what I'm saying? Literally, you go 2 lifetimes and meet somebody never got a Duke letter.
We had I had real Duke interaction and got Duke love. That was Luol Deng was incoming that year.
When we played Duke, he was a freshman.
Yeah, so that was that summer going into that. Chris Duhon was there. Sheldon Williams was there.
The European dude was there.
Nice
Justin got some mail from Duke.
Oh yeah,
he did.
I understood the recruiting game,
right?
You know what I'm saying, and I just felt like they were just crossing their T's and dotting their I's.
And Sean Dockery was there,
from Chicago.
Yeah, he was a hog too. So
but being from Fayetteville, I don't think anybody from Fayetteville went on scholarship to Carolina that I know of. In our generation,
no, because
but we have multiple guys that came from Fayetteville that went to Duke to play.
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm. So that's love. I mean, like I said, it's not for a lack of talent.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Right.
I mean, Dennis Smith? Like, I feel like
he could.
I know, but he had most definitely the ability and talent
for sure
to play at Duke. You know what I'm saying?
Coach K said he was very specific. Very. He had his guys. He knew who he was.
I mean, if you think about their guards, everybody's pretty much cookie cut. You know what I mean? You can go down the line and just say, I mean, there's different evolution as far as maybe athleticism and, things of that nature, but they always have guys that are alike.
To fit that system.
That's a great example.
Yeah, that's true.
Because at the time, the guy that he was very, very high on, who was incoming, was Jabari Parker.
Right.
And Jabari Parker, if you think about it, is quite similar to Paola Banchero.
Okay. Yeah.
Kind of think about, just a versatile 6'8", 6'9" forward, not super athletic, but can kind of do everything on the court, came in ready. Like, kind of similar.
No, that's a good comparison.
Mm-hmm. And they always have some cold white boys.
Yeah.
Always. That's the thing. That's
always. They got
always.
that.
He gonna find the coldest white boy out.
Hey,
but he fits in perfect too.
Do what you got to do. That's that Duke system.
Mm-hmm. So Justin, we have a special guest.
You know it, man. So I'm glad to introduce my boy AP Allan Purnell. My guy is CEO of Hoopr Basketball App, and I'm gonna give the mic to AP. Well, before I do that, I just wanna,
I know this guy too.
Yeah.
That's why I say before we get into it, I wanted to talk about our relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As far as like the three of us, we've known each other for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like actually, just thinking about it, it's going on.
15. We talked about that.
15 years, bro.
It's like 13, 12,
07,
13.
08.
It was 07, 08. It's
Yeah.
coming up. God, man. Numbers just keep going up. I'm tired. I'm like, no.
I'm tired too.
It's 12 years, man. It's not 15. It's too much time, bro.
Wild, right?
Yeah. We were there. He met his wife.
Yeah, that's what I want to say.
His wife worked at the team.
Shout
I
out.
remember this lovely
Shout out.
young lady named Princess.
Yeah.
We had a girl named Princess working for the club. Somebody married her.
Hey, I remember. It was a dope. Like, I mean, we had a ball that night though.
Yeah.
It wasn't any nonsense. It was just like straight team event. We went out, and I mean, we had that often. So
yeah, it was a good times, man. Like I said, unexpected. But good times. That whole Santa Barbara crew, man. I mean, everybody on our team, we got along with everybody. Santa Barbara, the city showed us love, so we got to win a lot of games. We were
For several years.
We
We didn't lose that much.
Yeah.
You boys winning for like 3 seasons in Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
And we was hot in the city too.
we were.
We was pretty popular.
Yeah, it was.
We
yeah.
were. I mean,
Right.
you talk about it's a beach town for one. You know what I mean? And
Spring around springtime was a season.
oh
so.
my God, and it was so beautiful.
Oh man, the gym was like overlooking the water.
Come on,
It's-
you slide right out of the gym and the
shit.
marina,
Yeah.
the marina, the
Yeah.
boats in the ocean and all of that.
The first year, remember we went and ate out there.
Yeah. We used to have mad
Oh,
plugs out there.
God.
And then-
Man, a lot. Post game was litty. Come on, we
State
be over there,
Street.
State
Yeah.
Street.
Shout out
State
State
Street.
Street, Santa Barbara. You know what I mean?
Hey, yo, shout out to our man Tyler Newton too, man.
Yeah,
T
shout out,
Newton,
shout out.
man.
I talked to T Newt last week, and he came out to us in Vegas 2 weeks ago. We got to chop it up a little bit, so he's doing well coaching and stuff too.
I saw that JUCO Coach of the
Coach
Year.
of the
That's
Year,
real.
man.
That's real. He really won that.
Really won it, man. He was.
That's amazing.
I talked to him. He was when he went in there, he had 6 girls, and they had won 4 games the year before. So yeah, after him coaching, I think 4 or 5 years, they completely turned it around. So it's definitely a good story. Santa Barbara product though. So
That's love.
Yeah.
And then you
Real.
guys played together.
we played together at ULP. Yep.
Yeah.
We played together in a couple different semi-pro teams, and they went to Japan, and we still keep in touch.
Tyler was on our team,
Right.
with the Hollywood
Fame.
Fame.
Yep.
Yeah.
First.
Yeah, because I remember when he came, he told me he knew you guys already. And I was like,
Mhm.
oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
T New was versatile, bro.
very versatile, big, 6'10" out there, can shoot the thing, can put it on the floor, bang out on you. He was a very good player, man.
For sure.
Like, just kind of really outside. Honestly, T knew with the right situation, I think could have definitely got busy in the show.
Right.
For real.
Right.
I was there whenever he got that deal in Japan.
Right.
He was like a shorter Luca. I mean, not
Woo!
okay.
Woo! That boy Justin is on one.
Man, I'm not
What's in his
saying
cup?
like, bro.
What are you drinking?
Bro, as far as his
T, we
style,
love you, dog.
Not
But he
at all.
gases, son.
bro, is Luca that fast? Answer the question.
I'm not supporting this fucking conversation,
Answer the
man.
question, bro.
Tyler Newton was very
Bro,
good
I
at
wouldn't allow myself in this
basketball.
conversation, too.
Bro,
Yeah.
I'm rolling with it. I'm talking about as far as
He's
like
taller
a style.
than Luka.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yes, he's 6'10".
Yeah.
How tall is Luca?
Like 6'7", 6'8".
Oh, okay.
He's
Well, that
probably closer to your height, right?
Yeah.
Bro, he still could play the inside out. right or wrong, did T-New have a nice touch? He got buckets.
Who was the cold? What's the cold white boy from Portland, man? Zach, the one that was hurt.
Zach, from Gonzaga?
Yeah, Zach Collins.
Yeah,
more like a Zach Collins,
okay,
bro.
I like that.
Come on.
Man, look, when T-New was playing with us, T-New was our leading scorer, and he got buckets.
He did.
Like, so, on that's what I'm saying. In comparison,
you Luka to Justin. To Justin, you Luka, bro.
Shout out to T-New.
I think you're more like Zach Collins versus
Nah, yo, I was just like that slow pace game, bang bang, turnaround jumpers. Not like the handle, you know what I'm saying? But for sure,
he was nice. He was nice.
Fadeaways, the whole line.
So he had spent the week in Portland, in Oregon for the camp.
The camp, yep.
And so when I was doing the camp that followed that camp.
That was the China one, right?
I was doing the BJ League in camp in the China camp.
Yep.
And so, but T. Newton had already been there a week, and so whenever I got to camp and they were finishing, everybody was like, "Oh, yo, T. Newton was just killing he just got a 6-figure deal in Japan."
Yep.
I was like, what? I was like, I'm a week late. Like,
nobody told me. They're playing like Luka.
Yeah.
Oh, he got a 6-figure deal in Japan. Oh, man, he ain't like Luka. Yeah, all right. Everybody was talking about it.
He was cooking. And then when he came back to Santa Barbara, he still could, you know what I mean? He came and he was hooping with us. But I remember we was out in the club one night. And T. Newton made it rain. You remember when he made it rain that time, son?
Bro. One of the
T.
first
Newton made that joint rain, son. I think that was one of the first time one of my actual friends that I was associated with that threw the bread in the air.
Yeah. Nah, man, my team used to get down like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
My team, he used to come in the spot like passing it out.
But I remember me and AP was kind of like coaching him. We was coaching on when to throw in. Yeah, I was like,
I remember that because
I was kind of like, no, not right now.
I was like, are y'all really coaching them?
And then AP was like, okay, you can do it now. I was like, hey, but you gotta spread it out.
Yeah.
You gotta spread it out.
Don't throw your whole situation out. I do remember that.
Yes. Yes, sir.
So again, these were the type of nights and experiences that we had in Santa Barbara. And then, we transitioned, like I say, long-standing relationship that formed into a business relationship. Yeah. And I'm going to give it to AP. I want him to, just go ahead and
Hoopr. So, the way it came about was, cool little story. About 3 years ago, my wife's pregnant, she has a baby. We're at home for a month. This is before the pandemic, so you're not used to being home for, that long. So I'm at home, and I like to work out or whatever, but we got a baby. I'm at home. I'm like, man, I need to work out. I don't have a gym in my house, whatever. I got to stay home. I need to work out. So I'm looking through, different apps on how to get right. And I'm like, okay, there's one to get your abs right, one to get your chest right, so forth and so on. I'm like, damn, I wish there was one app for all this, right? So I could just search what I like, add what I like, make my own workout, whatever. And then boom, light bulb. Do they got this for basketball? So I'm searching every basketball app and you see training app, blah, blah, blah. There's a shooting app, there's a dribbling app. There's one guy telling you this, one guy telling you that. I'm like, man, I wish I could have all these guys in one platform so I can pick and choose my own workouts, my own drills. So initially the app came about as all sports, football, basketball, baseball, everything. And as I'm going through the process, like I said, again, this is 3 years ago, I'm, writing everything down, trying to put together a plan. I'm like, you know what? What do I really know? Basketball. So I keep basketball in my head. So I have the idea there, but I don't know what to do with it yet. I've never made an app, don't know how it works. So I got the idea in the back of my head. Every couple weeks, I'm going to it, figuring out, okay, how can we do this? How can we make it work? Looking at training apps. What do we do? What's different? They're all kind of the same, but, I'm a kid. I got to download a bunch of different apps, blah, 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 to get everything to work. Fast forward a couple, years, the pandemic hits. Okay, boom, I'm still training, coaching or whatever. The pandemic hits, like most of us trainers and coaches, we can't train kids in person. So like most trainers, it was, okay, well, can you send me some drills? Sure. Okay, so I'm recording drills, My drills are a couple minutes long, a couple seconds. I got to chop them up, and I'm like, okay, well, how do I send it to these kids? And then I got to send it to them one at a time. Do I download it? Do they have Instagram? If I add them on Instagram, I got to see, all the other stuff they got going on, which I'm not trying to see, their other social media apps. So I was like, well, how am I going to send this to you that's not email, that everybody could see? Is there a way to do that? So, boom, downloading apps. I'm like, man, there's no other way to do it. There's Instagram, but I don't want to see their personal stuff. There's Facebook, all the other social media apps. Mm-hmm. Why isn't there one for basketball, right? Like everybody else has their own niche. Why doesn't our community have this, a platform to share stuff?
Most definitely. So
again, light bulb. I'm like, dang, this is what I was thinking about years ago. Now we can apply it. So then I'm like, okay, if I'm going to do this, I'm here, the pandemic's going on, I got to help people. Let's, push forward with it. So I'm starting to write out the demo, create the app demo, whatnot. Call you up like, yo, man, I got this idea. What do you think? And I shot it to you. You're like, yo, that's a great idea. Let's, move with it. So then that's where we're at, developing and all that stuff, and it'll be ready in May. So quick little synopsis of what Hoopr is, basically. So Hoopr is a social media app for the basketball community, training community more specifically. So the idea is, you have LinkedIn, you share your, jobs, business networks. Instagram, you're sharing your reels and your stories. Facebook is like family stuff, more so. Hoopr is going to be basketball, drills and workouts. So the best way to explain that is like I could paint 3 different pictures, basically. For one, there's athletes. So you're, out of Fayetteville, right? Mm-hmm. So let's say there's tons of kids out there who may not have the money for a trainer, or maybe they don't, belong to the best AAU program or whatever, but they want to be good. Mm-hmm. How do they get access to that? What do they usually do? They go on YouTube, maybe search something. But what if somebody says, hey, I want to train like Justin trained. What did he do to work on his handle? I want to bounce like Shel, or I want to shoot like AP. How do I get all that information exposed to that all at once? You could go to YouTube and download a bunch of random stuff, or you could join our team on Hoopr and see exactly what Justin posted to work on his handle, exactly what Sheldon did to work on his jumper or his hops, and then what I did to work on my jumper. And you can create your own drills, and basically opens the door for you to get just as good as you want to get, depending on how dedicated you are. So for players, it opens up everything. Because for me, I came out of a small, city too. I wasn't exposed to the type of workouts people are doing. You know what I'm saying? I had no idea, the level of seriousness and drills that you could do, because I had never seen it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But now I could just type in, okay, Justin Johnson, I could join your team, and I could see everything that you post all in one thing. And I could even see not just the drills you do, but how you collectively put them together, so you have a workout of just dribbling drills. Because, it's not just having the drills, it's how you piece it together, right? Exactly. Like lifting weights, right? You can't just go in the gym and lift random weights and get swole. There's a process to this, right? For sure. Same thing with working on your game, right? Same exact thing. So that's how athletes will use it, right? Another thing, trainers. We got hit hard when the pandemic happened. Got hit hard because we couldn't train nobody. We didn't really know how to do it. So for trainers, best thing for us is we can now have a place to say, hey, here's all my drills and workouts. Join my team. Dope part about it is Fayetteville. What if there's some kids in Fayetteville who are still like, dang, I wish I could join Justin's program, but I don't know what they're doing. Well, now they join your team. Boom. They see everything that you're teaching people in Long Beach. Mm-hmm. Dope part about that is you have your little following in Fayetteville. What if you want to go back and run a camp in the summer? You already have clients because they've been following you for 3 months, seeing all the drills that you've done, all the workouts. Now you have a program remotely without even being there. You guys want to run a camp? Guess what? All the people that have been following you for these last 3 months, now you have a camp. Boom. You don't really have to do anything. All the marketing's been done for the last couple months. Exactly. So that's a great tool for that, for trainers and just networking. Maybe you want to see what other trainers are doing. What are they doing in Fayetteville? What are they doing in Texas, New York? You join a team full of different trainers to see what everybody's doing and collaborate. And now you're not limited to your bubble of being in Southern California. This is how we work on our drills, because that's how it was when we grew up. Like we didn't have social media, so we never knew what other people were doing. Right? It was just, oh damn, this dude's got handles. What is he doing at home? Now we can see it, right? Mm-hmm. So that's how trainers will use it. Coaches, this is like the third aspect to it, is coaches will use it because, for one, let's say you have, I coached high school, right? When you coach, people try out, you got to cut people, right? It's unfortunate part of the business, and that's at all levels.
Yeah, for sure.
So now let's say you have a kid, you have your kids try out, they join Hoopr, and they join that team, right? Let's say they don't make the team, but a coach can still put all the drills his team is working on. So that kid that got cut, guess what? I can see all the drills that everybody's doing. Next time tryouts come, I know exactly what to prepare for.
And especially if you're like a bubble kid.
Exactly. Yeah. And so, because a lot of times, here's what coaches say: "Oh, you got to work on your handle." Well, if I knew how to work on my handle, I would have made the team. I don't know what to do. Exactly. But now I can be like, okay, I'm following along. This is the workout they got. Their off-season workout. I'm gonna do exactly what they're doing. Tryouts come around, I'm gonna be ready, right? And never has kids had that kind of access. You know what I'm saying? As far as coaches too, now they can say, okay, everybody can see it, so it's up to you to keep your game up, right? Because these guys all are doing the same thing at the same time. If you're slacking in the summer, we'll know, right? Everybody's got access to these workouts. Everybody's got access to the same drills. If you're sleeping or not, working out, we're gonna know. And then another part with coaches is, which I would personally use this app for when I coached, is let's say we all coach different AAU teams, blah, blah, blah. Solo just played, right? Let's say we go to Vegas and there's a team from Texas who's coming in town, right? I can say, meet up with all the coaches in my team, be like, hey, they got a 1-3-1 trap. I don't know how to break it. Or my team of coaches can be like, yo, here's some drills we did to break a trap. Here's drills we did. Here's drills we did. Exactly. Okay. So now when we play that team from Texas in the championship, we're ready for it.
That 1-3-1 would be tough.
Yeah, especially,
depending on what type of personnel you got.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That 1-3-1 could be recruiting.
It's crazy, especially at a young level. Like, it's a nightmare.
Depending on who you got at that time of the key in the middle.
You got that lanky guy who's just like this the whole time.
Is it Deion Dixon in there somewhere?
I remember going to Sacramento to coach my little brothers, and I was coming from Ole Miss.
Yeah.
And that's what we ran. Like my pops let me just get loose coaching. So I'm like, keep the press on.
AAU, because you can't prepare for it, right? You're just like, we weren't ready for this. So now you can be like, okay, I know how I would do it, but let me see the other ways, other breakdowns. Because it's a coaching clinic in an app, which is dope. You know what I'm saying? Now you go to coaching clinics anyway to see the same exact thing. You see coaches taking notes, but now let's say all of us are in the same network or on the same team. I could be like, hey man, this 1-3-1 is a nightmare. What do we do? Or what can I do to slow this point guard down? And guys could be like, well, we do this double team. We trap like this off an on-ball screen. So you can share and collaborate with everybody now, which there isn't a platform to do that yet. And so I'm hoping this is the one to do it because, for one, it's a community app. So we want to get everybody in the basketball community to say, hey, this is where what we're gonna use to, get our content out there, right? Get our content, promote myself. Yes, there's ways to monetize this. I'm not gonna give those secrets here, but same way as Instagram got monetized, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube. Like, you didn't see the YouTube people with the manuscript on how to monetize it. People are like, this is what I'm gonna do. Yeah. And look what people make a living off of it now, right? Definitely. So it's gonna be the same thing with basketball, the way you market it, the way you push your content. It's a platform, meaning I'm not gonna say like a training app, you gotta use it this way. It's like, hey, here's the launch pad. It's up to you to take off. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Bigger than anything, you don't have to search, somebody's like, oh man, okay, get past their family reunion.
Yeah, exactly.
Then, scroll some more.
Man, that's the worst. Because I love when I see a dope drill, and I'm like, dang, man, now I got to see this party. I got to see what you did on Saturday. I got to see your outfit for the week. I ain't trying to see that, man. I just want to see you hoop.
So for y'all that just joined on Facebook over here, we're talking about Hoopr, the app, Hoopr.
No E, yep.
Yeah. What's the Hoopr dot?
It's www.thehoopr.com.
Okay, Hoopr.com.
And on IG.
And we're on social.
And on
everything.
IG,
it's Hoopr _basketball app on IG, Twitter, Hoopr _app,
about that Hoopr
TikTok, Hoopr _app. We're on LinkedIn, we're on Facebook, we're everywhere. So we're just trying to get the word out, promote it. Like, hey, if you hoop and you're really into it, why are you on Instagram posting the stuff? You know what I'm saying? We have something for you. We have a home. We haven't had a home in the basketball community yet. I don't know why, But this is for us. This is for us to grow and penetrate this market.
So, I mean, you a real hooper, though.
Thank you.
Like, you're not a guy that just came up with an application.
Right.
This guy really can play, really has played the game. He went to Pacific University. I mean, I'm more familiar with, like, Pacific University and, like, you know, your semi-pro days. But you want to tell us a bit about your basketball background?
Yeah, definitely. I love the episode you guys did about how you guys came up, being like a kind of a smaller area. I definitely resonated with that. I'm, for you guys that don't know, I'm 6'2", maybe 6'3" with the right shoes on. But I played the
buff though. Buff.
Hey,
don't trip. The nigga fills out his jersey. Pause.
Man, push-up king.
Don't get it twisted.
Yeah. So my history was, man, Orange County. You always see me like my pictures. I have a 714 hat, and I'm doing that because if you grew up when I grew up, Orange County got zero love basketball-wise. It was always LA. So I grew up in the shadow of the LA players playing in Orange County. It was to the point where I'm playing even all the way up until my pro days. People, so when I say I'm from Orange County or Anaheim, they're like, "What? You know, ain't no ballers come out of there." You know. So yeah, I played in high school and I played the post. And
what part of OC?
Like Anaheim, Buena Park. And I hate that I have to say Anaheim because people haven't heard of Buena Park.
I know
Buena Park, I'm from Buena Park.
Where it is.
Buena Park, Knott's Berry Farm.
You already, now I'm about to say Knott's Berry Farm, yes. Snoopy, baby.
Yeah.
Snoopy on.
Kingdom of the Dinosaurs and all that stuff. So
Not Scary Farms is amazing.
By the
way,
I still need to go.
You gotta go.
Like, you know, I'm not an amusement park.
Not Scary Farms is the best one.
My wife hated
it.
Man. I took her once and she's like, "I'll never go again."
Not Scary Farms?
She's never,
it was scary.
Never been back. Yeah.
It's so scary?
She hated it. Yeah.
It's good.
I love it.
They did their job.
She doesn't want to go back because it was scary. I'm telling you to go because it was scary.
Yeah, it was dope. But yeah, I grew up there, so I played at Savannah, played the post. I killed in high school, but we went to such a small league. Yeah, I had a little bit of bounce, you know. And
you had some.
Yeah, okay. So I remember you saying you had like 7-8 guys go D1. We had like maybe 7-8 guys in our county go D1. Maybe 2 or 3 people could dunk in my school. Like it was bad. So me being the only one, you know, it was tough. But I killed. So I got into AAU late because I didn't know about it. You know, being in Orange County, we had one AAU team, I think, Branch West, which I didn't really know too much about, but I played for a team called LA Rockfish.
You played for the Rockfish?
Yeah, they tough though.
Oh, real tough. But I was on like their third team. The one team. First team had boys. Like we had like 4 or 5 guys.
That boy Julian Sinsley.
Oh, you know Julian? No,
yeah, because he always is ranked one over me.
For real? I gotta tell him, you know, yeah, that's a small world, man.
But I used to watch her from afar.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
Small world.
And then that was another thing because he was from Hawaii.
Yeah.
So I thought he was dope off the strip. He was from Hawaii.
Yep.
And I'm like, dang, is he from Hawaii? But he balling in LA. Like I'm like,
yeah. So he would.
I just was like, man, his lifestyle is lit.
Yeah. He's friends with like one of my best friends actually. So that's how I know him because we'd hang out, whatever. But yeah, I played for that team.
He's still where Julian Sinsley at, man?
I think he's back in Hawaii, and his son's a beast too. So
yeah, makes sense. He was a problem.
Yeah, he was like 6. Because he was getting recruited by UConn, like everybody.
USC.
Yep.
Julian Sinsley was the big.
That was after UConn and won it with Rip Hamilton and like them with
what's his name?
And like
the guard.
Khalid.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, so that was that. So I ended up going to junior college. So don't hate on junior college because you can still make a great career out of playing through junior college. So I went to junior college.
Where'd you go?
Fullerton Junior College.
Okay.
So I went there a couple years.
So you stayed by the crib?
Yeah. Okay. I'm Orange County, man. 714. So you can hear the way I talk. When I'd go play place, they'd be like, "What?" But yeah. So yes.
Orange County accent.
Yeah.
Like. Where's this black guy from? Orange County.
Yeah, right. So, Fullerton got recruited, similar to Justin. I got recruited by a lot of the West Coast schools. I got recruited by, Pacific was a big one, UNLV, Boise State, UTEP. So that was like my schools I was going to go to. Went on my visit to Pacific, loved it. Thought I'd have a chance to play there right away, make an impact. Always wanted to go to the tournament, and I'm like, man, this is my best shot. UNLV was kind of on the down. UTEP had a new coach. Boise State was more of a football school, and I was like, UOP only has basketball. Little did I know UOP's women's volleyball team was legit. They were like top in the nation every year. So they were actually a volleyball school before we were good that year.
Also, you were coming on the tail end of Michael Olowokandi?
He was 97, so I was.
Oh yeah, like
yeah, but that's what they were known for.
But I just knew him for.
He was the number one pick.
He went number one, bro.
Yep, that's another reason. We hyped that up still.
Yeah.
No matter how he did in the league, we won't talk about that. But
he went
number one out of UOP. But went to UOP. We went to the tournament both years. We were 17-1 in the Big West my junior year.
17-1. That's fire.
18-0 my senior year. So,
was Remix on the team with you?
He was a year ahead of me, so he was the 04 year.
That first year.
That was when we played Duke in Alaska. We went to the second round. We lost to Kansas when they had...
Y'all played in the Great Alaska Shootout?
Yeah.
Okay.
We played Duke first round on Thanksgiving. First time on ESPN. And then so we played in that. We were 27-5 that year, maybe? Oh, no, I'm lying. We were 24-7 maybe. But anyways, second round tournament. Second year, we bring pretty much everybody back, a bunch of JUCO kids. We lost, I think, 2 or 3 seniors. And we had boys, so we had the same people. And then went 18-0, which I don't think the only team better than us, like ever in the Big West, is that UNLV team with Larry Johnson, Stacey Young.
Okay, wow.
That's the only team that was better than us. And they didn't go 18-0 because there wasn't 18 games yet. So we're the only team to ever do that.
That's fire.
You know what I'm saying? So
in the books.
And one thing I always say is I never try to mislead people or get it twisted. I barely played. Like I'm not the reason we went 17-1. I'm not averaging 20, 25. I was the dude who was more of like, I go in, I play like 5-6 minutes a game. We had a real like competitive team. But through that, we were so good, we always had like scouts at practice. Minor league, overseas, NBA. We had a couple guys get Kings workouts because we're, Sacramento's 45 minutes away.
Where's Pacific located?
Stockton. So Stockton.
Oh, I know Stockton. I know Stockton from Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay. Stockton, Sons of Anarchy, the Diaz brothers in the UFC. What else? Stockton was one of the first cities to ever go bankrupt, I think.
Okay, all right.
And then us, right? The basketball team.
Yeah, I didn't know they was in Stockton.
Yeah.
But the Big West, because we didn't have a UNLV in our conference, but I played in the Big South.
Okay.
Winthrop, and we were like the top dogs over there.
Yeah.
And I don't think we went 18-0 in our conference, but it was like we had a nice.
So it was fun there, but because of that. Because I didn't play a lot, practice was my games. You know what I'm saying? And I love working out to this day. Like, I love working out. I love to challenge myself physically, mentally, all that crap. But, I used to work in practice. Like, I didn't care if I wasn't playing. I'm, giving 100,000%. So, a couple people saw me after I was done playing. Funny story was, like, we graduated, and I'm like, all right, I don't know what I'm going to do. Everybody's, Tyler went to Australia. Tyler was my roommate my senior year. So he went to Australia the day we graduated, like the day we walked. I think he flew to Australia. And he came back in, September-ish. He's like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm going to go play for this team, this ABA team in San Jose. He's like, and the coach remembers you from UOP. He's like, come on out. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. So I'm like, I still worked out, stayed in shape because I wasn't sure what I was going to do. Went out there and played there for like a month or two, got cut. But I was like, man, I'm pretty good still. So from there, I ended up just kind of playing around and playing in little leagues here. Met up with the dude who was like, man, you ever heard of the Drew League? I'm like, yeah, heard of it, whatever. Got on at the Drew and ended up one of the coaches I played for at the Drew was had an ABA team in Alabama.
Hold on, one moment. The Drew League is very famous. We're gonna give.
We gotta have a whole segment on the Drew. We gotta
have a whole couple episodes on the Drew.
You can make your career at the Drew.
So we can't just brush over.
Sorry.
You can't just be like, "Oh, I got on to the Drew," because it's a lot of guys that want to get on to the Drew, and you cannot get on to the Drew. You can come to LA. And you can hope and pray that you get on the Drew League team. You gotta know somebody that is somebody, and you gotta really
you gotta be nice.
Game.
You gotta be nice.
Period.
You will get exposed if you're not nice at the Drew.
And they will ask you to not come back.
Yeah, they'll be on the mic clowning you from the moment you walk in the door. Every time you touch the ball, the crowd is gonna let you have it. So the Drew is where I develop my confidence in game, and so I ended up kind of bouncing around on different ABA teams, semi-pro teams. And you from Orange County? That's inner city LA. Yes. So imagine when they hear, who out of Orange County, out of Pacific, you didn't play? What is he doing here? So I got a lot of that. But I could hoop still. You know what I'm saying? So I had to let my game do a lot of talking because I still don't know many people from Orange County who play in the Drew. I would know him, shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was just so hard to break that. And I got lucky, got on, played on some real good teams. I played with James Harden, Nick Young. We all played with Keith Kloss. So, I was on the team right before James went to Houston when he was on OKC.
That last summer. Yeah. When we won the small gym.
Yeah. Played with him. Nick Young was on our team for a couple years. And if you remember, there was a team called Advanced Players, AP. That was my team. Yeah. So that was the coach who got me on was we'll call it AP. And I was AP.
I always remember. I remember that. And I used to be like,
that was my training program was called Advanced Players, and he liked it.
I was like,
and
AP
the jersey
play on the AP team?
That was.
I was waiting on to get to that.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yep. So when you see those pictures of James Harden and Nick wearing those AP uniforms, that was all me. So I wish I heard somebody. Dino, go find those pictures, please, for me. So
Chanel, Smiley, please. Somebody help us out.
I can use the plug. Trust me.
That was an era, though.
Yeah.
The AP team.
We were nice.
Solid.
We were real.
We had some nice bigs too.
We had some, like I said, we had Keith. We had. Do you remember D'Angelo Collins?
Yes.
Ooh,
crazy.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
Crazy.
But he could ball, man. He
we could do at the end we gonna do an episode with some guys like D'Angelo Collins.
Yeah, just have a list
we're gonna have a top 10.
we got a LG in there. D'Angelo Collins,
Keith Kloss.
Yeah,
we got some upper cats in the crib that we gonna throw in there.
See, and I'm from Orange County, so I'm not used to playing with dudes like this, obviously. So. It definitely built your character, built my game up, but so parlayed playing into that, into training programs, started the youth basketball league in Orange County, Baller for Life sports training, still active in Huntington Beach. If you're in that area, hit them up.
Which is crazy because you talking about the development, you talking about earlier years in Orange County. Now, I just came from Orange County.
Yeah.
We played in Irvine.
Yep.
Orange County is one of the hottest places in the state of California for youth basketball.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to say it had a little bit to do with that.
The map.
Yeah, the map.
Momentous at Irvine. They had another place.
Next Level, I think,
the next level is gone, but it was there.
Yep.
I mean, and all these places got 15, 16 courts.
Yep.
The most unreal situation in warehouses of basketball.
Of basketball,
And you also got the A6 training facility over there because that's where we played. We played against the Chinese national team there. Played against the Korean national team at the A6.
Yeah,
that's where Frank Nitty was doing this thing. My man Frank Sessions.
From the Drew.
Yeah, he's from the Drew, but he lived in Orange County and he been getting it in at A6 and at the runs down there in Orange County, and the Ballers Life runs be at Open Gym Premier.
Yep. So I knew they had started Open Gym Premier too.
In Anaheim,
none of that was none of that.
And driving there today, my son was like, "Dad, why do we not have any tournaments in LA?"
Yeah,
and I was like, I don't know. I think it's just too expensive.
Yep.
But
I think it's the land. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You have the big lots of property out there to where, like you said, it's 15, 16 basketball courts.
We didn't have
under
any of
a
that
roof.
So for the last 15 years. Orange County, whenever you actually come to LA to play in a tournament, you're generally going to Orange County
it was
to play.
So bad. So when
basketball.
I played, it was the Rockfish Spring League, which was huge at Hollywood High School. Not Hollywood High School, I'm tripping. LACC.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where Julian, that's where I met him. But they held a league, and basically you play in their spring league, and they picked their AAU team out of that spring league. So everybody was there. Dang, I saw some nice people there. But they picked their league out of that. But everybody went to LA. We didn't have any tournaments in Orange County ever when I was in high school. So, I'd have to drive out to LA and play against these dudes who I would never see, in the leagues I played in Orange County. But that's why I did well, because I wasn't scared of playing against like dudes like that, because I had done it already. Mm-hmm. My teammates, I couldn't say the same for in Orange County. Like they, it's whatever. It is what it is. But the experience was there, man. But that's why I did the app, just for that exposure, because there's so many kids like that who have never been exposed to it. There's little pocket communities where you get your kid who thinks they're the truth, but you know what? That ocean is a basketball is humongous.
Oh, for
you
sure,
know what I'm
for
saying?
Sure. And I mean, it's a twofold situation. You know what I'm saying? It's a big ocean at the same time. Once you're in, it's a small,
because like I said, and Julian, what are the chances? But when you get to a certain level, we all know each other. So, and it's the same thing. And that's what I tell people too. You see these guys in the NBA, they've been playing against each other for years in the AAU circuit. It's not like
they just met each other.
It's not like they just met each other. That's why they're like, it's not competitive like it was in the 70s. Nah, because they've been playing with each other since they were kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They just so happen to be on different teams on different sides of the country now.
They know you really don't like to go left.
Yeah.
Because you haven't liked to go left for the past 10 years.
Exactly.
I get it.
Yeah. So
one thing I want to touch on again that even for the young kids, because I played with you.
Yeah.
And you talk about being in college and being that role player guy. But whenever I played with you after college as a pro, because he continued to work on his game, you were always getting more than 5-6 minutes.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So, just work, man. Just work. Like I said, I love to work out. It was just my thing, man. I just love to get better. I love seeing results. I love taking different parts of people's games and just adding it to myself. I just like to shoot, man. So not having that opportunity in college and then getting it as a pro to get a look, I was like, oh shoot, I make 1, 2, and now people are looking at me as a shooter, which is crazy. Another thing is I had never shot a 3 ever in high school, not one game ever.
And you for sure shoot.
Yeah, and I completely changed my game. So now when people in high school used to see me shoot 3s, they'd be like, what? And now when I tell people that, I used to be able to, dunk on people, they're like, what? So it's completely flipped. But
a nice strong banker.
It just takes a lot of work, man. And if you're willing to put it in, and then now that you have access to it, because that was the hard part too. Like you said, I didn't know anybody that went D1 out of high school. Not one person. I could look up to and be like, okay, this is the path they chose. This is the teams they played on. This is what they did to get to that level. I didn't know one person. So me and my best friends, we worked out all the time, but we still didn't have that guidance. Still, we were freestyling. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And then now I'm hoping with this app, it'll just give people access. Even if it's not, the recruiting tool, but it's the way to improve your game. That's the biggest thing. But you got to put in the work. You know how it is.
Oh, for sure.
You got to do it. The competition now is I watched Solo play. I was showing my dad highlights this morning. He was like, he's a freshman. I was like, yeah. I was like, I was never that athletic. You know what I'm saying? As an adult. You know what I mean? So the competition is stiff.
Excuse me. So we mention the Solo. It's a new episode, different episode. But my son is Solomon Bailey, but more popularly known as Solo. And he's one of the best freshmen in the country. He plays for the Compton Magic 16U AAU team, and he goes to Crossroads High School in Santa Monica. He's really making a name for himself. He won a championship today down in Irvine, averaged about 24 points in the tournament this weekend. AP has interviewed Solo as one of the early interviewees.
My first. Check it out on Hoopr TV. Check out Hoopr TV, by the way, too. We got interviews on there as well. So.
Exactly.
A lot of interviews is coming.
Yeah, you can check out the Solo Bailey Hoopr TV interview. And so whenever people say Solo, get real familiar because that's my seed.
Yeah,
that's my legacy.
My nephew get live.
For sure. Yeah, Uncle JJ, that's Uncle JJ right there. Justin is Uncle JJ to my son, and they've been talking back and forth about these ones.
Yeah, I heard it on the way up here.
They've been talking about these ones,
man.
I'm actually looking forward to seeing it.
We may have to go live with it
because Young Solo is a different kind of edible right now. So I don't know. Because it's been banter for like 2 years and it still hasn't happened yet. But by the time Justin gets on the court with Solo, I don't know if it's gonna be what he wants.
That's that grown man strength comes in.
Look, I had the same situation on Thursday with another one of my kids that I train, Aaron Banks.
Yeah,
he's super talented, ball handling crazy. Coming in he's an 8th grader, and we had our session, so he whipping the rock.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Last 15, 20 minutes, I'm like, all right. Normally I'm towering over him.
Right.
You know what I mean? So now we eye to eye. I'm like, all right, so let's go ahead and get these ones in real quick. You know what I'm saying? Play a game, and I ain't hitting the jumper.
Right.
All. I'm breaking. But I'm like, man, you only beat me by 2 points and I ain't hit a jumper yet. You lost already, right?
I'm just getting warm.
I was like, you know what I'm saying? This is 2-1. And you talking trash and I haven't hit a jumper yet.
Yeah.
So long story short, the game ended up being 15-6. Shout out to my man Aaron Banks. You in the 8th grade. One day.
I think
Solomon Bailey. One day you will beat
just
me.
Not 2 days.
Just not.
I think Solo think he can get you because
he's more athletic.
And I think he looks at your height.
I know.
He looks at your height
he wants
like,
to do this to you.
Yeah, he thinks you're a baby.
He want to rock me. He want
to get you with this too.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, Uncle JJ been lifting weights since he was 12, man. I was like, you just getting on the iron. Like, you got young, like, iron, 12-year-old, like, 15-year-old muscle. I'm like, this dude he's been chiseled through the fire, bro.
Yeah. It'll happen.
I'm interested, though. I got my popcorn and I'm ready.
The
I don't think it's going to be as easy as Justin thinks it's going to be.
The point is I don't think it's going to be easy. I just know I'm going to win.
Right. That's all that matters.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly, right?
That's all that matters.
So I know I'm going to win. I know it's not going to be easy. None of that. But what I will say is just like in my situation, in the Ville when we played our OGs.
Yeah.
After he plays me, I hate it for anybody after that. Any kid after he plays me, it's gonna be bad. Cause I'm gonna talk to him the entire time.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's all mental. Like he has all the physical attributes.
Once you take that L to your uncle, it's like it set a different type of fire under your belly. Like, yo, all right, I got it.
He'll win and be like, that was your shot. Never playing you again. You blew it.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You walk out on top.
Ain't no reason to run it back.
Like, for what? Why?
What? Double it.
I'm trying to be in games talking my talk. Be like, man, I play the Rockets, at the end we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
But nah, man. Another thing that I want to discuss is just like I said. Not really me and Shel because this is my brother.
Mm-hmm.
But and me and AP, we're brothers now. But the one thing that kept us together was, for one, our desire to work.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we're still considered like small guards. You bigger,
Yeah. I was undersized too, though. Was the thing that was my whole thing. So
we undersized guards.
Right.
In order for us to continue, our basketball career, we had to work harder than anybody, and I feel like that's what has kept our relationship as friends for the longest, because we just work. Whether it's business, we both started our training businesses at the same time.
Yeah.
And we were determined to being that we were playing basketball as a career, we were determined, like, look, our entire life is going to be dedicated to the game.
Yeah.
So whenever we're not playing, for money, we're training kids.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Helping the next generation get better, impacting the next generation with the information that we know.
Yeah, that's
and with the three of us, it's not a guessing game.
Yeah.
When it comes to basketball.
And don't get it twisted. The three of us, you really don't want to see us in no threes. You really don't. Like, you got to be like a very high level, still getting a lot of money somewhere in the world to beat us in 3-on-3.
You got to
This is not for weekend warriors. Let's understand that, okay?
If you just play on Sundays?
Yeah, no. You don't want to know.
We will bother you.
Part of it, for sure. But yeah, just wanted to say for you guys, man, like seeing you guys work and continue to work. And I remember Shel, when I was working for a company, and we just so happened to have, I work in the event industry, and I had an event in downtown LA at the JW, and I'm walking to work, whatever, I'm tired, I'm like, man, I gotta drive from Orange County to LA, what am I doing? I get out, I'm walking up, eyes a little foggy, drinking my coffee, I look up, I'm like, nah. I looked up and I was like, is that Sheldon? So a humongous poster. I was Wells Fargo?
Yes.
Wells Fargo. And I could not believe it.
I think that thing was about 100 feet tall. Literally.
I'll never forget how much my jaw dropped when I saw that. I was like, wait, what? I was like, I can't do the 9 to 5, man. I gotta find a way. I can't do it. That was years ago, and I'm still doing the 9 to 5 thing. But still, I remember that, man. I think I messaged you too and took a picture of it.
Bro,
but had to be 14 or 15 or something like that.
Yeah, it stayed up there for 6 years, man.
I could not believe it, man.
It stayed up there for 6 years, and it was as big as Blake's, and as big as Chris Paul's,
yep.
As big as whoever's posters that was out there. It was. And a lot of people messaged me. Yeah. A lot of people called me.
Because it was out of nowhere. I was like, wait, what? Yeah. And then after that, I see you in video games and commercials and stunt double for LeBron. Just like, damn, this is crazy. I was like, I got to, grind hard or whatever. Same thing with Justin. I remember Justin still. I remember we did the basketball thing for the longest. And I remember you posted something randomly about credit. And I was like, what? And then at this time, I think we were moving or trying to get a house or something. And I was like, what do you know about credit? And how to improve that? And you gave me a whole breakdown. And I was like, oh, wow, this dude knows what he's talking about.
Hold on. But you didn't see him on Tough Love?
No.
You didn't see Justin on VH1? Tough Love? 3 episodes? What you talking about?
As soon as I get to the crib, I'm doing it.
What you talking about?
The grand finale? Now I can talk it.
He was a reality TV star.
Wow, I love it.
Yeah, man.
You got to dip your foot
that
in
boy was a
everything,
Temecula drinking wine on VH1 on a date.
I was. Shout out to my agent.
Yeah.
Shel Bailey.
That was me. I'm his agent.
Shel Bailey.
I love it. But I love that the grind you guys did, man. I always see it. Even if I wasn't like right there, I always saw the stuff you guys posted and followed it and was just like proud of that movement that you guys kept going. So keep doing it, man. Especially with this. Like, I love it, man. Just like hear you guys' stories and you guys giving shout out. And the thing I noticed the most as I get older is I measure like wealth different, right? So I used to be, what can I accumulate? Land, assets, all this. Now I'm like, okay, my definition is what opportunities can I open for others? So when I look at you guys and the opportunities that you're opening for others and just the knowledge you're giving to everybody. And I hope people watching this understand and appreciate that, because the way these guys give back and try to give you free game like this, you know, they should be applauded for it. So just want to give you guys a shout out for that.
Thank you, man.
It's huge.
Thank you. Living life on your own, on your own terms.
Yeah, it's
living
freedom.
life on your own terms, man. Doing what you want to do, but being willing to put in the work to create the atmosphere for you to be able to do the things that you want to do and that you need to do, for your family.
Yeah, doing what you love is huge.
And accepting the consequences.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, win, lose, or draw. I think, that aspect of it is like, we know what we want. at the end of it, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we know it's not going to be sweet. We know the journey is not sweet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because we learned that through hoop, though. Like,
exactly.
how many hard practices? Remember, just think about the hardest practice you had, how you thought you were going to die, and how you questioned yourself. But you know what?
3
you were there the next practice, ready to get it in.
Bro.
Not many people can do that.
Can't even remember. So when I saw Tyler that time, I drove from Oregon and made it in time for a Santa Barbara Breakers game. Because I was in Oregon all week playing to get on in Asia.
Yeah.
And I drove back and I made it for the Santa Barbara Breakers game. And then I wanted to turn my meniscus in that game. I think I was doing too much, but it's fine.
I would think so.
But Santa Barbara had great insurance. I was like,
I didn't pay for nothing for my ACL tear.
Bro, we had insurance.
Yeah.
And guess what?
Minor league teams have that?
And guess what? I didn't even know. Whatever, and then all of a sudden I had got some back pay on some workers' comp. I was like, we was really pro ball players. And I took my mans in Houston.
Yeah. We went to Houston's and got steaks.
I got steaks. I was like, Justin,
right down the street.
Justin, I just hit the lick on the workers' comp. I was like, my torn meniscus is paid off.
I tore my ACL, didn't pay for the surgery, didn't pay for rehab, and I was out for like almost a whole year. I had a dope surgeon. My surgeon was the same surgeon who did a Kobe surgery. My rehab, my rehab was the same rehab company that works with the Angels.
I don't know, but shout out to Kurt Pickering.
Yeah, shout out to Kurt. He's in South Carolina. He's in South Carolina.
He over there now?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna hit him up because
he just moved out there.
Solo got 3 tournaments there.
Hit him up. He just moved out there recently.
Much love to Kurt. Man.
Kurt Pickering, man. That's the Santa Barbara Breakers situation, the IBL, West Coast Pro League. All that workers' compensation,
China,
ACL, China tours, all of that other stuff. For real, shout out to Kurt. And I remember one time, like, I had a shoot. I played in the Santa Barbara Breakers game and went and did a commercial after the game. I drove back to bro, I was just hustling, dog. I was just trying. I was just going crazy, bro. I was just trying, making a way, bro. Just to know all of this stuff. I was grinding. For real.
It was worth it. That was a blast.
For sure. We had fun though.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
We
had a ball.
It was good. And we played with guys like Samaki Walker.
Our team
NBA champion.
Ridiculous,
NCAA champion Toby Bailey.
Oh yeah, I was on Santa Barbara.
Fred Vincent.
Come on, Fred Vincent.
Fred is an NBA coach right now.
Yeah. He's the one who fixed Lonzo Ball's shot.
These dudes is on my squad, bro.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah. He's the coach.
Fred was a
flamethrower.
Yeah.
Flamethrower.
He made 14 threes
Fred
in the game,
Vincent.
Pure. No cap.
Crazy jumper.
Yeah, we had
shout out to
play with guys like that was just you just don't get that opportunity. So.
Lamont Murray played on the team.
Yeah, you're right.
And pulled up in the Mozzie.
He got a DUI.
And got it towed. He did. He aired him out right now. He did get a charge. He did get his shit towed. But he did mash up to Santa Barbara and the Mozzie. He had the Mozzie. Yeah. And I just remember cats Lamont got his Mozzie towed.
Yep.
Dang.
Yeah, he's out there doing the most too. Santa Barbara will get you, man.
Yeah, we was living. But bro, we stayed in the resort every weekend.
Yeah.
Every weekend.
With multiple rooms.
And the breakfast on point, a couple meals afterwards at nice restaurants.
I just used to the Mad Dog, hot dog.
We used to always hit that. I don't think they got that anymore, man.
It's gone. It's done.
Yeah, we used to always
We
hit
probably
that
put them out of business.
Probably.
We only had one voucher, but it was going up
lot of food.
There'd be a line after the game. We walk right up to the front and be like, we want this, this, and this. And boom, they bring it out. It was dope, man.
Santa Barbara was a good era. They could bring that back.
Yeah. Because somebody got to bring it back.
Long story short, build with your people, man.
Yeah.
Build with your people. Keep your relationships on point. Don't burn bridges.
Stay in
contact with your people, man, and find your tribe. Yeah. You know what I mean? If that makes sense to anybody. Growing up as kids, we connected and we stayed connected. Once me and AP met and we stayed connected. You know what I mean? We talk about everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now working on this app, It's beautiful. That's why it was a no-brainer bringing them on the show today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate that.
Man, this is a whole family thing. It's not like, oh man, we're bringing new guys in the crew every year, right. 2 years, right, 3 years. No, we keep our squad tight, and we believe in ourselves as individuals, and we push each other as a team.
Yeah.
So I think that's like one of the biggest advantages that we have, and one thing that, I want to encourage everybody, build with your people.
That's a fact.
Yeah, for
sure.
You
know it. So what we doing, Nick? We shutting it down?
Yeah. We try to keep it to the hour. We at our hour point right now. It's been. I just come back from North Carolina. Yesterday.
Damn,
I did. Yeah, but we'll get into that, I guess, on the next episode. I had some new, fresh North Carolina conversations.
You want to give everybody a shout out?
Can we get a prediction too before we
get no rush to get out?
Prediction.
I know what you guys got.
I'm definitely taking Carolina over Kansas. I've never rooted for Kansas in my life at all. I didn't even like whenever Kansas beat Memphis back in the day, whenever they had Derrick Rose. So.
Carolina all the way, UNC.
It ain't no Jayhawks, nothing.
Yeah, I'm going to roll with
No, we Ball State. Well. The Ball State is North Carolina.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Period.
We do
what we do. Kansas. I did visit Kansas a couple times, but no. Not
Kansas beat us twice, man. Kansas beat us in the tournament my second round, and we had to play at Kansas the next year, and they beat the brakes off us. So I hope they get smacked tomorrow.
Yeah, I do. But there is the best high school in the country is in Kansas, Sunrise Christian Academy. Okay. I did have an opportunity to visit there with my son. They are the #1 program in the country. Their coaches won Coach of the Year back-to-back 2 times. They're in Bel Air, Kansas. This is the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, but it's a different deal. Yeah, but Bel Air, Kansas, Sunrise Christian Academy is amazing. They have put out, I feel it's like 70 Division I basketball players in like the last 6 years.
Wow.
It doesn't even make sense
Factory over there.
How good this program is and what they're doing, and that is in Kansas. And Kansas City does have like top 3 barbecue.
Tech 9 from Kansas City. Shout out.
You can't win tomorrow, but much love to Kansas.
Great barbecue over there. Great barbecue. And Will Chamberlain did go to Kansas.
Okay.
He played track and basketball. He ran track and played basketball. He actually still holds track records at Kansas University.
Oh, yeah, he did run track.
Yeah, he ran. I think he did the high
Kansas
jump.
has some boys though. Come on, Danny Manning went to Kansas.
Paul Pierce, Danny Manning, Rafe LaFrance.
Okay, he went there.
Rafe LaFrance is hard.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That ain't
Drew
Gooden. Yep.
Mario Chalmers.
Yep. He did that shot at the championship.
He did knock off Derrick Rose and them boys.
Yep.
Champion.
Who's the other one? The other tall white guy. He was in the league for a long time. He was with Drew Gooden and them. Anyways, I think
with the big ears, kinda.
Yes.
I forgot his name.
You know who I'm talking about.
I forgot his name. Nah, big guy. It was him and Drew Gooden. They played together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I can't remember, but yeah.
Oh, real quick, if you haven't already, tap in. You know what I'm saying? Go get you a mug. You can find me on
Nick Collison.
Nick Collison.
Yep.
And I have some shoes that are autographed by various NBA stars, and Kirk Heinrich is one of those NBA stars.
Yep.
Kirk Heinrich was actually nice.
Super nice, yeah.
And he was kind of nice in the league with the Chicago Bulls.
He was nice, yeah.
He played for the Bulls twice.
Yeah, he was nice.
And Brandon Rush, who went to Mount Zion Christian Academy. Stupid, crazy.
He's from LA.
He's a Rush brother. So wherever the Rush, they are. Yeah,
Kareem. Because
Kareem used to be in the gym all the time.
Yeah, he is. He still be in the gym. He just be in there shooting by himself, left-handed.
Yeah, lefty. Yep.
Sweet left-handed shot. And Andrew Wiggins.
Oh, that's right. Andrew Wiggins went there.
Okay. Did. There's a lot of guys that went to. Kansas won the all-time great program.
Yeah, true. No hating on them at all, but still, I hope they lose.
Yeah, definitely to Carolina, and now to Carolina. I just wanted coach. I just did. Look, I just didn't want Coach K to lose to his greatest rival.
Yeah, that was hard to watch.
Like,
and especially because they just lost to him.
And you lost to him in your last home game, too.
Yeah, man.
So that just means Carolina is the greater program. I go on record and say that. Carolina is the greater program. Yep. And much respect to Hoopr Davis being the first black coach of the University of North Carolina. And taking them to the national championship in his first year and knocking off arguably the greatest college coach ever in his first year as a black man at the University of North Carolina, bro. That's tough. Now that's for the books. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
That's what I'm. So whoever is at Kansas, I don't think he's black. Yeah. So I'm going.
You're right. Man.
Sometimes you just gotta put the race card.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, bro. Yeah. If he was a brother, you might have more points. But Bill Gillespie, I think his name is.
Bill Self.
Bill Self.
Yeah.
Why did I say
Gillespie?
Gillespie?
I don't know.
It's Bill Gillespie.
I was riding with it. I
gotta get him. Now we even for Luca.
Yeah. Oh no, we gotta do the Luca clip for the teaser, man. That was hilarious.
All right, man. So we're gonna shut it down.
Yeah.
NC.
I'm sorry.
12.
Bill Gillespie used to be a big time coach. He did coach at UTEP. He coached at Texas A&M and Kentucky and Texas Tech. But he is now currently at Tarleton State. So
we
definitely rocking with Bill Self.
We gonna end on that note.
Thanks, y'all. Appreciate it.
Yo, check out the Hoopr.tv.
Hoopr TV for YouTube for the interviews, but www.thehoopr.com.
That's what it is, man. I'm Shel Bailey.
I'm Justin Johnson.
AP.
NC.
To LA.
Yeah, out here.
Holla.
That was dope. That was real dope.